Hello, dear students. Now I am going to explain from page number 10, 11 and 14 from history subject class 9 first chapter. History subject class 9 first chapter, page number 10, 11 and 14. First of all, look this topic. This is the topic. France becomes a constitutional monarchy. France becomes a constitutional monarchy. This is the topic. The National Assembly, first of all, you should know what is constitutional monarchy. A monarchy, you know very well that there are three types of government. First, monarchy system. Second, dictatorship. And third, democracy. In any country, there can be the government system, either the monarchy system or the democracy or dictatorship. So monarchy system means the rule of king. In monarchy system, there becomes the rule of king. That is called monarchy system. Monarch means king. And constitutional monarchy means a monarchy system where constitution is available and the rule is being done according to the constitution. That is called constitutional monarchy. The National Assembly completed the draft of the Constitution in 1791. In previous video lecture, I have already told you that the representatives of third estate they had done movement and they demanded the new National Assembly for the France, and they demanded for drafting constitution for France, and the king of or the monarch of France, whose name was Louis XVI, ultimately he accepted their demand and he became agree for the National Assembly, for organizing the National Assembly and for drafting the new constitution. So, National Assembly completed the constitution, completed the draft of the constitution in 1791 in France. Its main object was to limit the powers of the monarch. These powers, instead of being concentrated in hands of one person, were now separated and assigned to different institutions, the legislature, executive and judiciary. This made France a constitutional monarchy. Figure 7 explains how the new political system worked. So, according to new constitution in France in 1791, the power of Louis XVI or the power of King of France was limited. And the political powers which was concentrated only in one hand, and that hand was of the King of France, Louis XVI. So, according to new constitution, the power had been the powers were snatched from the hand of Louis XVI, from the hand of King of France, and it was distributed in the three organs of the government. Which were three organs? First, the executive, second, judiciary, and third, legislature. These were the three organs of the government, and powers which were snatched from the hands of the French king, that powers were distributed in the three organs of the government, that were executive, legislature, and judiciary. The Constitution of 1791 vested the power to make laws in National Assembly, which was indirectly elected. That is, citizen voted for a group of electors who in turn choose the assembly. The Constitution of 1791 vested the power to make laws in National Assembly. So, National Assembly, according to the Constitution, the members of National Assembly had the power to make law for France country. Then its citizen voted for a group of electors who in turn choose of assembly. Not all citizens, however, had to right to vote. Only men above 25 years of age who paid taxes equal to at least 3 days of labor's wages were given to a status of active citizen. That is, they were entitled to vote. The remaining men and all women were classed as passive citizens. To qualify as an elector and then as a member of the assembly, a man had to belong to the highest bracket of taxpayer. In France, according to new constitution, only those people were eligible to cast vote who were able to fulfilling the four conditions. What were the four conditions? First, they should be men, not women. Second, their minimum age should be 25 years old. Third, they should have their own property. Means they should have their own land, houses or buildings or bank balance. And four, they had to pay tax to the government or to the state. Those persons who were entitled or eligible to fulfill these four conditions, only they were eligible to cast vote and they were eligible to elect their representative for National Assembly. The Constitution began with a declaration of the rights of man and citizen. Rights such as the right to life. According to Constitution of France, so many rights were provided to the citizen of France. Which were the rights? Rights such as the right to life, freedom of speech, freedom of opinion, equality before law. These were the rights which were provided by the new constitution to the citizen. Were established as natural and inalienable rights, that is, they belong to each human being by birth and could not be taken away. It was the duty of the state to protect each citizen's natural rights. So, these rights were called natural rights or inalienable rights. Which type of rights were called natural rights or inalienable rights in France? Listen once again. Right to life, freedom of speech, freedom of opinion, equality before law. These rights were called natural rights. And these rights were provided by the Constitution to the citizen of France. and it was the duty of the state to protect the rights of the citizen. According to Constitution, it was the duty of the government or the state that it should protect the rights of the citizen. Now I am going to explain this new topic. Look here, the topic. Look here. France abolishes monarchy and becomes a republic. France abolishes monarchy and becomes a republic. This is the topic. The situation in France continued to be tense during the following years. Although Louis XVI had signed the constitution, he entered into secret negotiation with King of Prussia. According to new constitution, the power of the French King Louis XVI were snatched. The powers of Louis XVI were snatched according to new constitution. That's why Louis XVI was very annoyed. The King of France was very annoyed, and he was not happy with this new arrangement. So secretly he had done a negotiation with the King of Prussia so that he could restore his power once again. Rulers of other neighboring countries too were worried by the development in France and made plans to send troops to put down the events that had been taking place there since the summer of 1789. Actually, the neighboring countries of France, their rulers were also very worried. They were also very frightened that if in France the powers of the monarchy could be snatched, then in their country their powers could be also snatched by the people. That's why the rulers of neighboring country of France, they were very worried. So they had done a secret negotiation with the King of France, and they planned to send troops to put down the events that had been taking place there since the summer of 1789. Troops means the group of army. They wanted to send group of armies so that the powers of king the powers of king or the powers of monarch could be restored once again. Before this could happen, the National Assembly voted in April 1792 to declare war against Prussia and Austria. Before this could happen, the National Assembly voted in April 1792 to declare war against Prussia and Austria. That's why National Assembly of France declared war against Prussia and Austria, because Prussia and Austria were helping to the French king. They were helping to the French king. They were the King of Prussia and Austria were helping to Louis XVI. That's why National Assembly declared war against Prussia and Austria. Thousands of volunteers thronged from the provinces to join the army. They saw this as a war of the people against kings and aristocrats all over Europe. The revolutionary or the citizen of France understood that this war is against of aristocratic system and monarchy system. They saw this as a war of the people against kings and aristocrats all over Europe. Among the patriotic songs that sang was the Marseillaise, composed by the poet Roger de l'Isle, It was sung for the first time by volunteers from Marseille as they marched into Paris and so got its name. The Marseillaise is now the national anthem of France. At the time, the song which was sung that song was Marseillaise, is now the national anthem of France. The revolutionary wars brought losses and economic difficulties to the people. While the men were away fighting at the front, women were left to cope with the task of earning a living and looking after their family. When revolutionary went for doing war against Austria-Prussia, then the women started to look after the houses and the members of the family, and they started to earn money also, because men had gone for doing war. That's why women had the responsibility to look after the family requirement, family necessity. That's why they started to do work for their family. Large sections of the population were convinced that the revolution had to be carried further, as the Constitution of 1791 gave political rights only to the richer sections of society. Political clubs became an important Constitution of 1791 gave political rights only to the richer sections of society. Political clubs became an important rallying point for people who wished to discuss government policies and plan their own forms of action. So, according to the Constitution of 1791, gave political rights only to the richer sections of society. And political clubs such as Jacobin clubs, the people gathered, the member of that political clubs, they used to gather, and they talked on political matters and political conditions of their country, and they also talked about the government policy and plan and the action or steps which were being taken by the government. They discussed on the steps and the actions of government. The most successful of these clubs was that of the Jacobin, which got its name from the former convent of Saint Jacobs in Paris. Jacobin club was very famous political club of France, and it was formed in Paris. Women too, who had been active throughout this period, formed their own club. Section 4 of this chapter will tell you more about their activities and demands. Women were also very active in France. They also made their own political club, just like Jacobin club, and they meet together in that club, and they started to discuss over the political and economical condition of the country and about the policies and plans of the government of their country. The members of the Jacobin club belong mainly to less prosperous sections of society. Actually, the members of Jacobin clubs were not very rich. They belonged to poor class or middle class. They included a small shopkeepers, artisans such as shoemaker, pastry cook, watchmaker, printers, as well as servant and daily wages workers. Who were the member of Jacobin club? The shopkeeper, artisans, shoemaker, pastry cook, watchmaker, printer, servants, domestic servants, they were the members of Jacobin clubs. They belong to poor people, they belong to poor family and middle class family. Their leader was Maximilian Robespierre. Who was the leader of Jacobin club? Maximilian Robespierre was the leader of Jacobin club. A large group among the Jacobins decided to start wearing long striped trousers similar to those worn by dock workers. This was to set themselves apart from the fashionable sections of society, especially nobles who wore knee breeches. The members of Jacobin club wore a special type of uniform. In this picture you can look the special type of uniform of the member of Jacobin club. Look here. This is the special uniform of the member of Jacobin club. Okay students, I have completed my speech on page number 10, 11 and 14. In my next video, I will proceed the syllabus. That's all. Thank you.